All right, this is the Real Sports Fan Podcast, back for another episode. Man, season 5 could not end season 5 without having Big Cuz. You see, I call him Big Cuz, even though he's younger than me, come through for a special episode, man. This guy right here, man, if you go back to season 1, season 2, even some of season 3, he was holding it down with me when it was just me, him, Skinner, Sam sometime. You know, we just talked all sports, and then we kind of changed the format. He came through and supported me, always supported me, but supported me when we had LT, Todd Newman on. And I was thinking the other week, I was like, hold on, I cannot do anything without having Cuz on here to tell a story. And then even though he's family, you know, to go through his history of what he did, 3-sport athlete. And he just didn't play 3 sports and play him. He dominated 3 sports. So we're going to get into that. None other than Ron Brice. In the building, in the flesh. What's up, baby? Good to see you. Definitely been a while. You know what I'm saying? Definitely been a while. How's the family? How's everybody?
Everybody's good, man. Everybody's good. Life is crazy, man.
Yeah, it is, bro. It is, man.
Crazy.
That's why it's good to see you, man.
Kids.
Yeah. I know they keep you busy. I know they keep you busy, especially the twins.
Busy and broke.
Yes, sir, man. But man, you know, from just rocking with me before, man. You know, first and foremost, I just want to give you your flowers, you know, for a couple of reasons. One, like I said, because you did help me hold it down early, you know, with the Real Sports Fan Podcast, man, where we didn't have as many viewers or as many people even knowing about it, man. You held it down.
Always.
And then, you know, from changing up a little bit and giving people their flowers, man, what you did, like I said, basketball, football, and baseball. I always knew basketball wise, always, you know, we talked a little bit about some football stuff, but even looking at all the baseball stuff going back from a kid and then football, man, you know, the wide receiver, you know, what you did there for Easton, man. So we're gonna get into a lot of stuff. This is gonna be a great episode.
Yes,
so hey, you're gonna want to watch the whole thing because this man got storage for days. So trust me, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Sir.
So man, first and foremost, man, just to get started, man, I mean everybody know you, but maybe for some people that don't know you that maybe watching this, or maybe some of the new viewers or new listeners, man, just tell people a little bit about yourself and just about you know, growing up and whatnot.
My name is Ryan Brice. I'm from Easton, Maryland. I'm adopted. A lot of people probably didn't know that, but I am adopted. Yeah, man, I just really love, like, when I was coming up, when I was about 2, my mother, she had got me the Michael Jordan Come Fly With Me DVD.
Yeah.
I mean, not the DVD, the VHS.
The VHS, yeah.
And I wore that tape out. Like, I kept rewinding it. I got in trouble for rewinding it so much, man. But that's how I fell in love with basketball was like my first sport that I fell in love with. Just from watching Michael and being a hardcore fan of his, trying to emulate him. That's what my game is after. You know, they would call me Jordan and whatnot. But I think watching that movie over and over and over, like, it changed my mind and like on what I wanted to do in life, or what I wanted to try to do in life.
Because you was born 90?
89.
So you missed, you remember Mike the later Chicago years a little bit, but you probably.
So I vividly remember seasons 90,
95, 96.
No, I remember when they won the 93 championship.
Okay.
I had the
okay.
Jordan 8 super strap.
Okay.
I had that, so it was 93, and then he came back and then won the 3-peat. So I was visually.
So you remember the 3-peat. Okay.
I remember where I was when he hit the last shot.
Okay.
I was going crazy, losing my mind. All that. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday, honestly. Like, some people probably can't remember that far back, but I vividly remember it because it was such an important time to me. Yeah.
That actually makes sense then, because I know for me, like growing up, I really didn't get into ball as far as watching it till he came back as 45. And then I always liked Pippen, you know what I'm saying? And then I got into, obviously, with the second 3-peat. So that makes sense that you was even there, you know, even at an earlier age, knowing him, so it makes sense that, you know what I mean? So that's what's up, man. So definitely gonna get more into basketball. But man, like I said, you know, and you know, I know a lot of you have seen the show before. You know, we normally go, you know, year by year, but I told Brice, man, this man got so much stuff, man. I mean, we could really do a
2-part.
I mean, seriously. I mean, Man, we could be here all night. I'm serious. You know, I told him, I said, man, we get in every single article I done pulled up, every single thing. I said, we'll never leave. So what we're gonna do, instead of going year by year, we're actually gonna start with baseball, then hit football, and then end with basketball, man. Because a lot to talk about, Then we'll, at the end, if we got time, depending on time, we'll get into a little bit to what happened in the finals, little off-season stuff like that, like we used to do. Man, so first and foremost, starting off with baseball, man. You started off, or you tell me what the first memories of Little League you had. I see you played with Eastern Bank.
Yeah.
At one point, I'm already saying here as a youngin hitting a 2-run homer. You know what I'm saying? As a youngster, talk to me a little bit about Little League, how it started.
It was crazy because one of my best friends, Patrick, his father was the minor league coach for the minor league team.
Oh, okay.
And since we lived down the street, country school used to have a baseball field on the side of my house.
Mm-hmm.
So he came to the door one day and was like, hey, why don't you come out, just come hit with us before all the kids come, because I wasn't signed up yet. So he was like, you can just, hit, throw, whatever you. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, so one day he told me to get a bat, get a helmet on, and he was just going to throw it. And I was, going to hit it. Yeah. And I hit the ball. Wow. And he was like, oh. So then he went and got, I think he went to like, to somebody important and was like, can I add one more person or one more kid?
How old was you at this age?
I was 7.
Okay.
I was 7.
Okay.
So then he got me signed up on the team, and then we used to play out behind the middle school, the Cherry and Sarkey Field.
Yeah.
Before they took them down.
Yeah, took them down. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So we would play out there, and then the following year, that's when Little League started. So then we was out Northeast Park, and then that's how I got my introduction into baseball.
And was that Peninsula Construction? Yeah. You and Brown Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 9. I was 12.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He was the older kid.
Yeah,
so I was kind of timid.
Right.
Really, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess from there, as a kid, you start seeing yourself being able to hit the ball, and people know that's hand-eye coordination, you're able to hit it.
Yeah.
So did your love for it to start to grow because you was like, you know what, I can actually be pretty good at this, and you just start from there?
Funny story, like I've always liked baseball, but I loved it when they moved me to pitcher.
Okay.
Because the following year at Little League, they just told me to get on the mound. I'm like, I never pitched before, but I've seen it done, so I can emulate the motions of what to do. So I go up there and I just threw smoke. It was a ball, but it was hard.
Yeah, you threw it.
So the coach was like,
wow.
Oh,
we
might can work with this kid.
That's crazy, man.
I just started to just pitch almost every day, and I just love to pitch because I love the first time I got a strikeout, it was like unreal.
Yeah,
I wanted to chase. It was kind of like a high, because I wanted to chase that feeling.
Yeah.
And that's when I loved baseball. I just knew it, and honestly, that's my favorite sport ever.
Yeah, baseball. Yeah. That's what's up. So growing up, was it if I'm not mistaken, was it Griffey that you fell in love with? Bonds? Who was it? As far as emulating? Because the reason I say that, because I definitely want to get into back to the pitching, but I also know even as years ago, you had an arm like at an early age, and it's a bunch of stuff I read about you throwing cats out at the plate and stuff like that from center field and stuff. So just talk about I guess who you try to emulate or who you looked up to as a baseball player.
I was kind of mad because Ken Griffey Jr. was my favorite player growing up. So I would just practice hitting lefty, but I could hit lefty. I would switch, but I just never did it in the game because I wasn't as confident. But I could do it.
That's crazy.
But I've always wanted. I just wanted to always emulate his swing, his stance, because he got the prettiest swing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And but I just never felt like I would in batting practice. I would hit lefty, hit him out. But I would just never do it in the game because I just didn't feel that confident to do it. But I knew I could. I just never tried.
Right.
But yeah, that was, as far as hitting and defending, he was my favorite. And as far as pitching, gotta go with my boy Pedro. Man. That's what they used to call me. Pedro.
And I'm gonna say, I'm looking at an article here. They called you at 11 years old a young Pedro because of your pitching style. Where did that come from? Did that come from watching Pedro? Did that come from you just started throwing
and then because at first I didn't know who Pedro was. They kept calling me Pedro.
You was like, who's Pedro?
It's Pedro. And then I'm watching ESPN Baseball Tonight and highlights. Red Sox was on. Red Sox was on. Pedro was pitching. I was like, oh, that's why they call me him. I was like, I like him.
Yep.
He's one of my favorite pitchers ever.
Yep.
So that's when I started looking at Pedro more, and that's how that came about.
Do you remember the famous photo here? You know, what's your memories of that? I mean, those guys talking to you, they said that one of the things they like is you used to spit.
Yeah.
Before you know, so
I still spit to this day. Like I just spit. And that was in Bristol, Connecticut. When after we won states, we went to Bristol, Connecticut to try to advance to the Little League World Series.
Wow.
I got a couple stories about that.
Yeah.
But I think I got a couple hits that game because I think we played New Jersey that game, and I got a couple hits. And before I got up to the bat, I would always spit. And they brought it up. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
you're not even thinking about it. Right?
I'm just reacting. But they just like how I just spit on the ground. So they wanted to talk to me and get to know me more. So that was cool though.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. And I know you said you had a couple stories. What do you remember about that time? You're trying to get to the Little League World Series. Even now, like anytime that's on, like every year, you gotta watch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
and I watch it just to solely just to bring myself back to that time. Yeah. It was such a fun time.
Oh, I bet, man. I bet.
At the time we was the first Eastern team to win states to advance to Bristol, Connecticut. And that was a year when Danny Almonte.
Oh, that was that year?
Yep, that was the year Danny Almonte was on there. He was 15.
Yeah,
they had 14 and 15-year-olds. Yeah. But the funny story about that is the first time we played him, we beat him.
So you played against Danny?
Yeah, but he didn't pitch.
That's crazy.
He didn't pitch.
Wow.
So
was Marcus on the team?
So yes, Marcus on the team.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out
shout out my boys. They forgot about it, yo. They forgot about it. But we beat him the first game. And then we had to play him again in the playoffs. And this game was to beat, like if we beat them, the next game we would have been on TV. And then if we would have won that game, we would have went to,
okay. That's what you went. Okay.
So played him a second time. This boy gets on the mound, bro. And we just like so he's warming up and we're in complete
shock.
Awe.
Especially because how you throw. So you looking at the way he throws, I'm like old. Y'all didn't know how old he was either.
But he was tall. He was like, he had to be at least 6 feet. And he was throwing gas, bro. Like it had to be 72 miles an hour. Wow. So funny story about that is he only faced 6 of our batters. So he struck out 6 straight. Then he ended up having a blister on his throwing hand, so he didn't get the. So I batted 8th.
So he didn't.
So I didn't get the face. I was like, if I'm facing, I'm just gonna go like this.
Anybody even like tip it?
No, nobody hit nothing, bro. And Sam Kemp, one of my good friends, one of my old teammates, he was the best player that around at the time.
Yeah, we talked about Sam Kemp.
And he couldn't catch him. So I'm like, oh, this dude is legit. He is tough. And then next thing you know, we was down a couple runs and we just couldn't regain that lead back. They beat us and then they ended up winning the whole thing.
And then all that came out.
So then here we are, state champ. Like,
man, that's crazy though, man.
Like it was such a weird time because we felt cheated. Yeah. Like we felt like if these boys was around our age, like even granted we beat them the first time, but we felt like we should have beat them the second time because we would have went to where they were. I have no doubt we would have went far.
Man, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. That's crazy, but that's still a memory that I'm sure, like you said, stick with you, be able to make it that far, what you guys accomplished and whatnot. Do you remember throwing your first no hitter? If so, what did that feel like? Because I see you had a couple of no hitters. I see you play with Jay Gill too on Valencia. I see Gill played. I see you had a 14 strikeout no hitter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what is that?
I remember my first one. But I didn't know what it was because
you just playing.
After the game, they gave me the game ball.
That's
and
crazy,
I'm like,
man.
why y'all giving me?
You didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah. So they were like, congratulations, Ryan, you threw a no hitter. I'm like, what is that? They was like, that nobody got a hit off you. I'm like, oh, wow. Really?
Wow, man.
So here I'm just trying to throw no hitters every single game because I just love the
like you said, chasing that high.
Chasing high. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is what a no hitter is. Yeah. Okay, cool. So my strikeout, like I would get like a one hitter,
something like that. Yeah.
But I would be cane people like 14, 15, 16 times.
Man,
I struck out
14 Ks.
my
No
best
hitter.
friend.
That's crazy.
My best friend LT. Struck his
Had to
team
get it.
out
Had to get
17 times. 17. Got sat him down 3 times.
Oh man, had to get him out of there. You know, it's funny, man, because like I always watch baseball, but I never. I was too old at the time to really play. I was, you know, when Mike Blake and them, Mike Bell, Mike Blake. We used to watch D. We used to go watch them. I think Mike played with Cole Banker at the time. We used to go to the. You know, I was like 11, 12 then. I couldn't.
Everybody
I need to start early, man. Like, you know, I didn't start early enough.
Everybody played. Like Boo played.
Yeah, everybody
Boo,
did play.
D, Mike, Cabby.
Yep.
Everybody who was an
Cabby
athlete was playing baseball.
Cabby was good too. Yeah, for sure. So as you get older and push the conversation for a little bit, and even going to high school, I want you to talk a little bit about your experience there. And the reason I'm saying it like that is because I do know a lot of the ball players like the Cabbies or the Bulky Murrays that was good in baseball. A lot of I put like this, a lot of the black guys that were real good. At some point, whether it was politics or some might have played for a year and maybe didn't play a lot, or some might have just didn't play. But you played, I think, 2 years high school.
2 years of high school.
And you I mean, you played. You made the All-Star team your senior and all that under Wally Knox. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah, Coach Wally Knox. So just talk a little bit about your experience, you know, going out.
So when I was a freshman, I didn't play high school baseball. When I was a freshman and sophomore, I didn't play high school baseball because I played travel baseball. So
I did see that you played travel.
For Chesapeake Cardinals. Okay. So I did nothing in the spring. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try out for baseball at Easton. And people told me not to do it because
of that reason.
Wally Knox has a he doesn't play black players. So I'm like, he ain't seen you. Yeah, he ain't seen me. I swear to God, I will make him change his mind. Yeah. So 11th grade comes, I make the team, and I don't start, and I don't play. I'm only being used to be a pinch runner.
Pinch runner. I seen that.
So as a 15-year-old, I'm confused. I'm like, why am I not playing? And like, I wouldn't say it was like racism, but it felt like this was my first time experiencing something like that. Like, okay, he's playing me because I'm not black. I mean, he's playing me because I'm black. Yeah, he's not playing me because of my talent. Like, because so then I would only be used for pitch running, and then I had an old coach on the sideline. His son was Mike Foster, Mr. Coach Donnie Foster. He was my coach growing up, and he's like, why are you not playing? And I'm like, Coach, I don't know. Like, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Know. Like, you see what's out there in the outfield. Like, I'm better than, like, you see what I do for you on the weekend. Like, I don't know why I'm playing. Like, I'm just used as a runner. So it got to the point where he was getting frustrated, and then Brian Femi from St. Michael's, he wanted me to come to Saints. He wanted me to come to Saints, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to leave my friends. I don't want to leave, you know.
Then you're thinking about other sports.
So then I'm like, looking back, I probably would have made that move, but I just didn't want to leave my friends because I Brian Femi, I went to his camps every summer. He loved me. He wanted me to go there before I even came to high school.
That's how it was like with your heart, man. Like,
if I would have went there, I think things would have turned out differently. Like I would have played all 4 years instead of just my just the junior year and senior year. But my junior year was when it was very frustrating because I didn't play, and it just pissed me off.
So what finally changed for your senior year? I said you end up playing a lot, getting big. Oh, why didn't I see coach your senior year? So who was the coach your senior
year?
Ganses.
Paul Ganses. So,
okay. Wow.
Yeah. So
and
it was
makes sense.
And what's funny? And what's funny was like my junior year, it was 3 seniors in the outfield, and I was better than all of them. Like, there's no disrespect if whoever sees this video, but I was better than y'all. Yeah. So senior year comes and Paul Gans is the new coach, and he just starts me off the rip.
Wow.
Like, I just fall in play. Yeah. I just fall in and I just do what I do.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, y'all fit in last year. Like, it's nothing new to me.
Yeah. And y'all ended up winning the Bayside in baseball?
Yeah.
How far did y'all end up going?
We played at Shorebird Stadium. We played at the Bayside game. We played the Bayside game there at Shorebird Stadium. We beat Stephen Decatur. And then after that was States, and then we lost. I forgot who we lost to.
Yeah, I was trying to find that, Jonah, who y'all lost to. You know what I'm saying? I knew y'all won the Bayside, and I seen that part.
It was either Parkside or Ken Island.
Okay. Because I'm glad you said that, because and I'm gonna try to flip through while I look, because it was I don't even know if you remember this, but your senior year when y'all was going through that, I want to say, and I hope I'm not wrong, I want to say it was North Carolina coach that y'all had beat them, and in the paper, he had the nerve to say that because the umpires a better team, still lost. Like I'm gonna try to find. I'm pretty sure North Carolina coach. I'm gonna find him.
Like North Carolina at all.
I'm pretty sure that's what it. That's what
I got
it was.
friends who go to North Carolina, but as far as like the coaching staff, I don't like.
Yeah, but he was. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I'm gonna find out while we're going through. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
They always go crying about refs.
Right. What about your your All-Star experience in baseball? Because you made the All-Star.
Yeah, I made the All-Star game. That was cool because we played with different players around different schools, so it was just nice to catch up with them.
Yeah,
and we just had a good time, yo. Yeah. It was a great time, man. It was a great time.
That's what's up, man. So like I said, baseball, even through that adversity, fought through that as you got older. Obviously, very talented. As a kid, did your thing. Like say, get to high school, do your thing. Man, let's transition to the football, man. What was your first experience, with football?
First experience was probably flag football, and that was when I was 11, and I played running back, and then I didn't play anymore after that because everybody was in my ear talking about, oh, if you played football, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
So they play basketball,
bro. That's what you said, bro. That's what you scared me. I'm glad you didn't listen to that, the real talk, because that's how it was for me. Like,
and I got a story about that.
Oh yeah,
my senior year, I got a story.
I got a story. I know where you're going with it too. When we get there. Okay.
So, I played that for a year, and then I stopped, and then I played Pop Warner, and I was running back for them.
Was that the midgets?
The
modest midgets?
Yeah. So I had like at least 40 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking,
because I'm saying here you score 52, 22, 48-yard runs, and you and Cam Mills.
Yeah. So
Zach Toll. Yeah.
So that was that. I played that, and then senior year comes. Senior year comes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try for football, because BJ gonna be a senior. Scott Toll's gonna be the senior.
Not to cut you off, but that's why I wanted to ask you. So, because of people saying you don't get hurt, is that why you didn't go out your sophomore or junior year? Is that why you didn't play at all?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, I was frail. I was like $120. I was never this. I was skinny as a rail.
Bro, just little say your numbers you killed. But go ahead. I want to hear you. That's why I was wondering. I was looking like, but you only played 1 year. Like I was
at that time, my sophomore and junior year, you had guys like Ben Tate.
Yep, Ben Tate.
Who else was out there? You played teams like Snow Hill, Nandua.
Queen
all them, they are big. Like, so I'm like, if I go out there, I'm gonna get broke up. I'm not trying to do that. So my senior year BJ comes up to me, BJ Thomas. He was like, yo, you should play with me this year. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be the only one out there, so I'm gonna need help. Blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? All right, I think I can play receiver.
Yeah.
So then I just started studying different wide receivers. I've always been a fan of football, but once I'm locked into something, I study it till So I became an excellent route runner, probably the best route runner Easton ever had. I'm not gonna lie, but
you definitely had some stuff.
Yeah, I like making people fall on right. Yeah, I was like that. So my senior year comes, and I think if I didn't miss those 3 games my senior year, we would have went to playoffs, and we would have went really.
And that's
really
and honestly, to your point, you're probably right, because I think at the time before, I think you only had 1 loss at the time, and then I know y'all ended up being 7-3 that year, but I'm pretty sure those 2 games was when you was out. And you still made, you ended up making, first team. I think you had close to 400 yards, 21 catches. But you and BJ, I want you to talk about BJ too. I want to get back to you, and then I want to ask you about what tandem that you would say y'all like, but being on the other side of watching what he did too, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk a little bit about that, man. Shout out BJ Thomas, man.
Shout out my boy Golden Brown, man. But no, at the time, BJ was probably the best wide receiver I've ever seen in my life. So the funny story is, like, we during conditioning, we raced, me and him. I beat him.
Oh, okay.
So but the difference between me and BJ is BJ's quicker than I am.
Okay.
I'm faster, but he's quicker.
Faster, he's quicker. You're route running.
He's like, if you get BJ in a small box, he's gonna get out that box. So am I, but I'm not just gonna get. I'm gonna get out like not as fast as him. but he had amazing feet. But not only was he small, but he was strong and he could jump.
Yeah, he could. BJ could jump.
He could jump. So it's like I've seen this man do some like I got footage. I got from every game. My senior year, I got all the games. And it like just looking back at it, it's just amazing. Like it's crazy what he did. Like he had like 1,000. I forgot how many yards he had. He had over 1,000.
The total that year, I'll pull it up.
He had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, because the tandem y'all had, because you had obviously y'all two, and you can give me a tandem in a second. But was it Scott Tall? Yeah, I mean, and I didn't know this. I actually just got this information. I was on the bus riding back. He at the time, and I'm sure you've been around Easton, so I know you know. But at the time, he had set the passing record for East. I didn't know he was throwing the ball like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know him.
We was the only team on the Bayside letting it go.
Yeah, because man, even when I was young, and Portland, them always said like they ran the ball, it wasn't a lot of throwing, but man, like he was getting to y'all,
no choice but to throw it with BJ and me on the other side. But even before I started, he was always a gunslinger though. He's always been like that because he's just always been like that. He has a background in baseball too. So, but he had a strong arm. And at that time, I thought he was the greatest I've ever seen.
In that sense, what's the young boy name? Ronald O'Connor. I guess I said Ronald O'Connor. Shout out Ronald O'Connor. Y'all, I did get to see him last couple of years. Yeah,
that's my boy.
And you was right there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, look, the stuff I seen that boy do, and in the game, like it's just. Yeah, there's no like I thought Scott was good. Like Scott was good. Yeah. He's great. But it's like Ryan is like, he's like head and shoulders over everybody else, man. Wow. Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, like I'm gonna just say like this before we move on.
Sure, no, you good.
So the COVID season happened. We only got to play 6 games. So because the other 4 games had to be forfeited because other teams got COVID, so they had to be shut down. So they forfeited them. He was 6 touchdowns away from breaking the all-time Bayside record.
Wow, all-time Bayside. Wow.
So I always consider him. He is the leader. Like regardless, he would have had that in 2 games.
That's crazy.
So he would have shattered that record.
That COVID, man.
They because we were scared that we weren't gonna have a season. Yeah. And if he didn't,
because they ended up playing in the spring, right?
We ended up playing in the spring.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, darn. Did he go to the University of Delaware?
Yeah.
Okay. Now his brother's real good too, right?
Kevin.
And then he got one more year.
Yep. He's
okay. Yeah, he's a strong kid. I seen him at he's a strong kid too. Yeah. Play basketball too. But yeah, shout out to the Warriors. We're gonna talk about our Warriors, man. We ain't here, baby. On the black, we ain't here. You know what I'm saying?
33 games.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
what I'm saying? I do want to say this. Going back to baseball for a second. I told you I was going to find something, but also I want to shout my boy out. I told him he made the All-Star game. His senior year, he batted 366. 366. I mean, that's tough. And it was North Carolina coach that said that he blamed the umpires. Les Shuri, if I'm pronouncing his name right. If not, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
But yeah, but yeah, back to football. So the wide receiver tandem, and you could do. I know I said current day, but even if you got somebody in the past, but who would y'all compare yourselves to? Because what y'all was doing, man. With both of y'all, I mean, I've seen times you got one receiver. I've seen that, but they have 2 of you guys, and that quarterback as well. Like
it's like when BJ. It's like when It's like okay, you double BJ, you bracket BJ. You got me over here by whoever is in front of me. They get torched. Yeah. So it's like they couldn't double us. They couldn't do nothing with us. So they just had to play us straight up, and they would get torched. And if I had to compare, or if I had to compare a tandem that we were back in the day, I would probably say we was like T. Higgins.
I like T. Higgins.
And,
T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I would be T. And Jamar would be BJ.
I can see that because and that's that is great. Even without me saying y'all,
you got the speed. Jamar Chase is like he's going to get you all the yards, all the touchdowns. Me, I'm gonna get the dirty work done, but I'm still scored.
Y'all still scored. That's why I like T. Higgins. Yeah, fancy football coming. You know what I'm saying?
That boy good though.
Yes, sir.
That's what I think.
Yes, sir. Oh, and I found the yards. So BJ that year, 48 passes. 1,049 yards, 15 touchdowns. Yeah, is what he had.
We played 9 or 10 games in a season, and he had 15 touchdowns.
Twice went over 200. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, Scott threw over. Is it Scott? Did I say his name right?
Scott's Hall.
Yeah. Oh, he over 2,000, and then like I said, despite like you said missing 3 games, 353 yards on 21 catches, 5 touchdowns. All y'all made first team all conference. 1 year playing, you made first team football all conference.
And what's funny
crazy.
is, so I've always said that my senior year numbers could have been better if Scott had that same rapport.
Yeah, because he had with BJ for the year before too. Yeah,
so he's played.
And they went to college and played.
They went to West Virginia Tech.
Yeah, something like that. West Virginia something. I was
saying. Like we all he wasn't as comfortable with me like he was BJ. Because him and BJ was like,
yeah, you're right, West Virginia.
So Tech. I had to try to work my way into getting him to trust me and stuff like that. So. I feel like my numbers could have been way better than what they were.
Yeah.
Granted, we didn't have that much time together, but we still worked what we had to do.
Because I see the one game I seen y'all lost at, I know they were a pretty good team, was North Carolina that year. But also, and the reason I segued in them because
I killed that game,
you did. Is that the game that BJ threw you the long pass? Or was that another game?
That was another
game. But I seen that he threw you the raw. I think it was like 48-yard raw. I think it was in Cambridge, 31-13. Y'all beat Cambridge. Yeah. Yeah, 31-13. But since we talking about North Carolina for a second, and we're going to try to get more on the show before the season, but AJ Moore, man. He talked a little bit about, because I remember you talked about him a while ago before I even seen the numbers. 3-time All-Bayside running back.
AJ is the best wide receiver and the most, not wide receiver, the best running back. And the most scariest running back. Too,
that's what you used to say too. You did say that.
We coming off when we played them.
Yeah, he was intense.
Me and him coming off a national championship in baseball. So I'm like, all right, senior year coming.
He was
So I'm playing cornerback. Mind you, I hate tackling, bro. I did not. First of all, I don't want to tackle nobody, especially AJ. So I was looking at the game probably a couple months ago, and I was just like, Jesus Christ! Like one play particularly, I tried to avoid him. Like I went, the hole was here. I went around because I wasn't trying to tackle him.
Yeah.
So, but eventually we ended up getting, head on straight up, and he swung me I'm tackling like this, and my legs whip around, and I'm like, yo,
you're strong.
I'm like, yo, I don't want to tackle this. I don't want to tackle him, Bill. I don't want to tackle him. Yeah. And then he would get up, and then he would give me a little elbow. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing. That's what we doing, yo.
AJ, okay, baby.
Okay, but shout out my boy AJ though. He's one of the best I've ever seen, and one of the best on the Bayside period ever.
Yeah,
and he's still fast too. He raced one of our friends' daughters after the softball game. I'm like, yo.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's an athlete, man. He's another three sport guy, man. So shout out AJ
and my teammates too when we won national champions.
That's what's up. So like I said, man. Only one thing with football before we move to the hardwood. The only thing I don't understand about football, and this is where I would get pissed at. I remember when Port was on here, I talked to him about it. The whole points thing, man. You know what I mean? Because y'all still had a chance to make the playoffs, but they go by these points. This team beating this team, you get what? Yeah, how frustrating is that, though?
So we found out after the Cambridge game on the bus that we didn't make playoffs, and we was so hurt because that was the first game I came back from missing 3 games.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to playoffs. We're gonna go far. And then coming to find out the point system, it messed us up, and season was over with.
That's crazy, man.
Season was over.
But like I said, man, but great career there with 1 year. That's why I'm still blowing off this 1 year. You get first team. I know Cabby played late. I think Cabby played his junior year, but his senior, he might just play his senior too. He had a dominant senior too, wide receiver, where he made first team. Was a little banged up too.
I was banged up too.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said something about your knee.
Yeah, so we played. It was the third game. We played Snow Hill at Snow Hill in the elements. It was raining, and I do a hitch route. I get the ball, come back, get it, catch. The dude swung me around, he swung me to his left, so my legs are going to my left. and you had a
yeah.
safety
Ooh.
coming over the top, and my legs was exposed.
Yeah.
And his helmet bent my leg, so I had a sprained MCL.
That's what I was always scared of.
Yeah, I had a sprained MCL, and on the ground, I'm like, this is exactly why
You probably
play because I got hurt. My knees is done. My shoe,
basketball.
I'm like, I can't even hoop now.
Yeah.
But then it was, I started feeling fine, and then I went to the doctor. The next day, Monday, and I had a sprained MCL, so I had to wear a brace for a couple of days. But in that same game, the Snow Hill game, got it on tape. Interception, pick 6. So then I ended up being the player of the game that game too. And I got that on. Yeah, that's crazy. That's when the circle button was born.
That's crazy. Yeah,
circle button.
Target. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Yes,
that's what's up. So like you said, man, to get that in 1 year, that's definitely dope. So going to the hardwood, obviously, where I've been dying to get to, and I want to tell a story real quick. Before I get to your great high school career, I'm gonna say great, man, because I really don't think people remember like some of the stuff you was doing on the hardwood. And I was talking to LT earlier, because this, obviously going through your stuff, I ran across some of his stuff again, like the 50 piece he put on Kenan the last game of the season in 12th grade year. I'm like, man, you know better. But anyway, that boy just 50,
I'm gonna talk. Hold on. Were you playing Colonel?
Yo,
50 and 3 quarters and sat in the whole 4th.
Yeah, man. Like he had 50 like a couple times. Like, you know what I'm saying? A couple 50 balls. But and shout out to my boy, G Summerville, G baby, Gary Summerville, because I remember when he came down here, our 12th grade year. We used to play at the Y. Like our games would be intense at the Y, 5-on-5 and stuff.
They don't run like us no more,
bro. We ran. Yo, bro, I'm talking about when we got out of school, we didn't go home. Stuff there. Boom. All right, what's up? Who your 5? I told everybody, as long as I had Mike Blake and Turtle, it didn't matter who the other 2 was. I was good.
I vividly remember ball track.
Nah, you good. You good.
Like
we ran.
From early 2000s to probably like to tail off 2011.
Yep.
The runs at the Y used to be intense.
Historic, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Like you said, intense, bro. Like you wasn't going out there with no little
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
We hoop after school, they go right to practice.
Yup. Sure did.
Like it was nothing.
People, man. That's what we like to do.
Hoop like that anymore.
Nah, they don't.
But the runs at the Y used to be intense.
Me and Gary was just talking about that because when Gary came down, I told him, I said, you should go right at you. He's like, man, you toughest competitor I know, because man, I go right. We wouldn't get on the same team, not there, because we know we're gonna play together. We going right at each other, making each other better.
And another story, Boo, my boy Boo Brice. I've always been amazed of I've always loved his game. And I've always admired his mindset playing the game. Because I remember when y'all was in high school. This was when you, D, Cabby, Turtle, we'd be at the Y. And Boo would go at y'all. He was not scared at all. I'm like, yo,
that's why we used to always say that. He's like, he next.
So I'm like, yo, Boo is like, I thought Boo was going to the league. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah, he was tough, man. He was tough early on. He was.
I've always loved his game, but I always admired his heart too.
But to give you your flowers, like going back to Gary, I remember Gary saying like, man, they got this middle school league, starting up. Y'all had this middle school. I'm like, middle school league? I'm like, man, we ain't had nothing like that. Middle school. A few years ago, they said middle school. Said, man, they got this cat named Brice, man. I said, Brice. I said, name Brice. We gotta be related. That's first I'm thinking, like, what do you mean Brice? Like, name Ron. I said, yeah. So man, I never forget, man. Went there the first time. Went there to church. I said, oh man, he nice. Like I could tell, like this 8th grade. This is 8th grade year. You was in there killing. It was a lot of younger guys I forget.
Those runs used to be intense.
Those runs was good.
Like
those runs was good.
The gyms used to be packed for us.
Packed for the middle school joint. We come as high school.
I know. I was like, oh
yeah, I know you know that.
Like we got turned up now. Like
yo, that joint used to be loud. That's all I was having with Joe. I was like, yo, we had it in middle school, yo. Yeah. But y'all used to go after. But so I seen the first time. I could tell you was nice. Then seeing you again, I was like, yo, he's nice. I was like, I can't wait till he get out. He gonna be nice. So I just wanted to segue and say that's when I knew, like, yeah, when you get to high school, you'll be different. So you talked about the Come Fly Me VHS tape with Jordan and all that. Where else did the work come in? Because the reason I'm saying like that is because I knew a lot of the young kids, obviously like LT, building them from AAU, YMCA, stuff like that. But you, to me, went under the cracks. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
because I think because I didn't play AAU.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people wasn't really like
Right.
checking for me or knowing me.
Yeah.
But I would always work in silence.
Yeah.
I had
He was, yo.
I had my own
I heard
court.
about you on there all the time. They say you go by the crib.
Yeah.
You out there just,
yeah.
yeah.
We used to have runs in front of my house.
That's crazy, yo.
The court used to be in front of my house.
That's crazy.
So people would come to my house and we would just hoop.
That's crazy.
But that's where I would just hoop at, and I would just shoot like just hours after hours after hours. Like
That's
sometimes it'll be like I couldn't sleep,
Yeah.
so I go outside and shoot.
Dark and all.
Like, but I was blessed because the street light was right across the house.
That's what's up.
So
That's
it was just enough light where I could just shoot all day, all night, just do whatever I wanted to do, man. That's where the love.
That is love right there. You shoot,
that's
especially when you got no rebound and you still shoot. Like that's love.
I just used to shoot for hours, man. I would even record myself, like
That's what was crazy because, like I said, I always was a guy that, like, even now I always feel like I got a pulse of the area, Easton, or of people, of kids, and that's why I was like, hold on, why don't I know him? And so then I remember going home and like I think I was asking my grandma. I said, Brice said related. Roy's I said, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So then that all made sense. So then I think from there, we obviously as the years went on, we forged a relationship and got closer and whatnot. But it was just dope seeing you as an 8th grader. And then, I did get to see, I told LT, I wish I got to see more of y'all in high school, being I was right in Princeton, Anne, but I still got to see a good part, especially when y'all went to the South and played the wild highs of the world and stuff like that. And I would come home every now and then. But going to high school, first talk about so 9th grade you played JV. Who was Tony Johnson your JV coach? Tony Johnson JV coach. Talk a little bit first off about JV.
JV was cool. We had a mob. I'm not even gonna lie. We had a good team. It was me, L, Chris, BJ, Tay Cephas, Tom Landry. PJ Wilson, his quick self. We had a little mob, Marvin Jenkins was on the team. We had a mob, but my freshman year, I want to forget it because I failed off. Because so that was like my first taste of like embarrassment.
That was eye-opener. It helped you though. Looking back,
because I'm like, you know what? I can never feel this way again. Because even like you go to the games. And hear Brice on the bench with me, and it's like, Brice, what you doing over here? Like, man, I failed off. Then they'll look at you crazy, like, damn, you dumb, or like. So I'm like, I can't feel like that again. So I just made sure I just stayed on top of my grades and all that. I actually, my first attempt to try to dunk was the first JV game.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, bro. Where did the hops come from, bro? Like where did it? Is it God given, bro?
Yes.
Because we're gonna talk about some of these dunks.
I didn't work on nothing. I just leapt. Like I just jumped as high as I could. And
bro, yeah.
Like I first tried to dunk in 8th grade, but I missed it. And then 9th grade comes. I tried to dunk in the game. I thought I was going to. The adrenaline was pumping. Had a steal, fast break, slammed it, popped right back out. The crowd was going crazy. Even our JV games was packed too before the varsity games.
And see, people forget that too. Like you said, I don't know when that turned off. Like when that stopped. But because our JV games is the same way, bro. Like you go there, JV, you gonna get some good games, packed. You are gonna see some stuff. And then the varsity obviously is crazy, but yeah,
But the thing I will say,
what a time, man.
Back in the day that they don't do now,
the games, yeah, that early stuff, man. They need to push that back. I still don't get that.
You come to an Eastern game at like 7:30. You might be too late.
Oh man, too late, man. Especially playing Cambridge or something like that, man. Oh my God, you better get there at 6 o'clock.
Ain't no standing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So bang. So I was wondering about your freshman year. So then going to your sophomore year, I always ask people this, like every athlete I ask, as far as, and I'm gonna say something first, and then you can answer about you. I want to know your mindset. Like, what was your mindset knowing, okay, going on varsity as a sophomore, which let's be real, a lot of people don't.
I didn't know I was gonna be on varsity.
You didn't know, so you went through trials, you went through trials not knowing. Okay.
Nobody knew.
Okay.
I'm like, all right.
But you know LT was,
yeah,
right?
My thing was like, okay, I failed off. Maybe they want to see me more on JV, but I was just killing in trials. So it was like, it was kind of no way I was gonna go back on JV.
And plus I'm looking at this, like obviously that year Richard was the coach, was also coached me, and they lost a ton. They lost Mike, they lost Little, they lost DJ, they lost D Ricks and Raul Landry. Obviously, they got the big man in the middle. Shout out Skinner. They had him returning. obviously anchored middle. Then they had Boo and Marcus, but both of them were young.
Then we got a
you know,
transfer, Terrence.
yeah. So Terrence Cole's coming on, sophomore. Dre, Long. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I swear to God.
And because I forgot about like I said, Jerron McMillan. I forgot about him. He was a load. I want
Jerron, Kevin Wilson, me and Skinner was our big man.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So first game, man, you go out. I mean, no jitters. 21, 8 boards against Mardella. You know what I'm saying? Rookie Brice Fuels Warriors. You know? Let's go, baby.
So a funny story about that
is,
I think was that the game I came back from?
You came back. What I was gonna get to that too, because you're the only man I know this man took the first 2 games off for vacation. This guy went on vacation, y'all.
It was family plans. I had to go.
Third game of the year. His first game, he come off vacation, 21 points, 8 rebounds against Mardella as a sophomore.
So we go on vacation and I come back and everybody's giving me hell like, oh, Brice was going snow tubing.
And that was off the bench too.
Yeah, Brice was going snow tubing. Brice and there. I'm like, but the whole time I was on my vacation, there was like a little YMCA. So I would always work. Come on, man. I would always work. So when I came back, it was nothing. So first game against Mardella, kind of nervous. I didn't start, came off the bench. Had 21. Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like it felt good. Like, right, off the bench. Like, for my first sophomore, sophomore, it wasn't like that. Yeah. So
that was, I remember that game, like I won, like my parents was in the crowd and I won. I didn't want to disappoint them. Like this is the first varsity game. Yeah. You know, I didn't know if I was going to get in. Yeah, you know, for one, because I wasn't here all, for all the practices and stuff. So I'm like, I might not even get in. Yeah. Then I think I forgot who started over me. I forgot who it was, but I came in and I just killed. I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to look like a bum out here, and we try to uphold the Brice name.
Oh yeah, you definitely held it down, my brother.
Yes, sir.
And then I see, as a couple games later, y'all played North Dorchester. 12-8. That's one thing you always did was rebound, man. 12-8. LT 20. Terrence 16, 10 in the second.
Complete team.
I mean, y'all had a complete team. Y'all played I think y'all, I don't know if y'all played in the tournament, Christmas tournament that year or not. But then I'm looking at another game. Y'all did play.
Yeah.
Y'all saw that. Talk to me. Was that at Civic Center?
Yeah.
Because I know y'all played there. Your
senior
year y'all went. I know for sure.
Sophomore year we played down. Was it Dundalk?
Y'all got to go down there. I mean, I'm still, man.
It was somewhere in Baltimore,
bro. My sophomore year, we supposed to go slam dunk on the beach, and they ain't let us go.
It was somewhere in Baltimore, and this was a matter of fact. Let me toot my own horn. Before the Christmas tournament, we played Y High, sophomore.
Oh, that's your sophomore year.
This is the 4 threes in a row in the game.
Ooh.
But
hold on, was that the one from the corner? That was your sophomore year?
Yeah,
I was at that game.
Yeah.
Yo, that was your sophomore year. I'm thinking that's your junior year. I was looking for the article. That was your sophomore. I was at that
Honestly,
game.
You can't find that article anywhere.
I can't.
But it was this small.
I was at that game. Bro. Yeah, because I was like, yo, Brice killing. Y'all, you had 4 threes and you hit that game winner. Because I ran on the court.
Yeah,
we always run on the court. I always run on the court. Where I'm at.
Yeah, we all ran on the court.
That was in Y High?
Yep.
Yeah, because I was at, because the reason I know I was there because I was in I went to UMBS, so that's how I went to that game. That was your sophomore year. Yeah, bro. You was clutch early, bro.
That atmosphere.
You was clutch early.
I don't think people understand.
Oh, bro. The DJ, the crowd, bro. Like, come on, man.
The orange lights.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir.
Yo, what is this?
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir.
But it was a fun atmosphere to play. I'm not gonna lie.
It was.
They don't have that same energy like they used to back in the day.
After the last time it probably there was after Ja Ringo and them thing. Because I remember some of them was still there, but
I watched that game on YouTube last year when they played.
Oh yeah.
It was legit.
Yeah, so that was crazy. And then
but back.
I'm sorry, Chris. Yeah, you see, I went down Dundalk.
Yeah, we got smoked. I booed. I hate. So we played this team. I forgot where they was, but they had this like 6'8" white boy. I don't know how Boo ended up on the block with me and Skinner. But this white boy came down.
He know.
Boo know what I'm talking about. If you see this, he gonna know.
Laugh right now when he said
Dude come down and he reverse joint on Boo. I'm like,
Oh man. Oh
That was
man.
like, dang.
Mm.
And then we ended up getting bounced out of there, man.
Okay.
That was not a fun time.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And I see y'all had a tough loss against Chris White in Cambridge that year as well. And y'all end up getting some get back as the years go on that we'll get to. Talk to me a little bit with that year, because you talked about your freshman year on JV. You know, you fell off, but your sophomore year, y'all had a good team. But I know LT, I know he wasn't able to finish the year. So how was that for y'all as a team? Because obviously, one thing Skinner always says is that was his best team to try to go all the way and win.
I said that too.
So that's why one of my questions to you was between your sophomore year and your junior year, because your junior year was loaded too. Which team? I'm putting you on the spot right now since we're here. What your sophomore year was? Because
without a doubt, just because of like how we was deep.
Yeah, y'all was deep.
We was deep. It was me, Skinner, Terrence, Mont, Boo, Marcus, Kevin, Jerron.
Yeah, y'all had Dre.
We was just
crazy.
Stacked. Like
that's crazy.
And LT, like the funny story about that that sophomore year is he was a leading scorer on our team and he fell off.
Yeah.
Like, cause so let's imagine if we would have brought him down to J.M. Bennett. Now, mind you, the first time we played Bennett, L had like 5 or 6 threes in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like if we had him when we played Bennett, it's no way we wouldn't have went across that water. There's no way.
But and that's one of the reasons I said that's how tough that team was, because even when y'all lost L, y'all still had a great record. Y'all still ended the season 13-6, and y'all beat Cambridge the last game of the year. Y'all got your get back on Cambridge that same year without LT. So like you said, you saw him in the lineup, and you say y'all lost a Bennett in the playoffs that year. That y'all lost it. Oh man, y'all easy. But Skinner always, I'll see him Friday, and I'm sure he'll watch this because he always every time he said, man, he get mad like man, he's LT.
So the funny thing about that whole day was it was a Saturday game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it was like I forgot what time we played.
I hate that Saturday game. We had a Saturday. We had a Saturday family game against North Carolina at home at that my junior year, and I played terrible. I just could not get. I don't know what it was.
I don't know why
it just didn't feel right.
Yeah, so I'm like, it just we was just like dragging, and it was just like, yo, we just gonna go down here and bust these boys' heads. Yeah. And then next thing you know, they busted ours. But it was just that whole Saturday vibe was just terrible to me.
Yeah. That was different. That was different for sure. It was different for sure. So that year ends. Like you said, still a great year. Finish the season 13-8, and you lose Skinner. Obviously, that was his senior year. But what a lot of people might not remember, you lost also 2 other important key people that would have still won there. Jerron McMillan, he is going to North Dorchester. And that's another big. And Terrence of North Carolina. And like I said, he was like, so like the crazy thing is, I guess I kind of answered for myself when I asked you who was better, because now even as I'm talking about, obviously I'm thinking about Skinner, but to lose McMillan and Coles, to 2 other North teams, y'all, as good as y'all was a junior, if y'all still had even them 2, so Skinner graduated, like y'all would have still been like, and y'all were very good. We're going to get to your record and stuff. Y'all were very good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, so coming back, obviously, still Marcus and Boost, and now they in their 3rd year, they're even more experienced. Senior year, Dre's back, you're back, LT's back, Robon, Tom Landry, and got BJ. As
well. Can't forget Dez.
Dez, because Dez, me and Dez talked when he was Dez transferring, and I got Dez had one of them games. I got Dez on here too, playing good. And then you also got so you get Dez, Cullen, who people forget about, Cullen Murray, and you had Big Tyler Smith, who played baseball and football with you, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So and my bet, I don't even think I asked you, or I think maybe you did say, but I was talking again about the mindset. So your junior year, I'm sure you feel more comfortable. And going back a little bit, and you might not remember this. I know you said LT was the leading scorer when he couldn't play anymore, but the end of the season, you were actually leading scorer at 16 a game. I don't know if you know that. What I'm saying? After your sophomore year. So going into your junior year, I'm sure you're feeling even more confident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So talk a little bit about that. Obviously, no trip. Did you take a trip that beginning of that year too? You took a trip. You missed a couple of games
every year.
Your senior year too? Did you really?
Senior year, I missed the Queen Anne game and I forgot what game it
Y'all
was.
went away again?
Yeah, but
Oh,
L had like L averaged like 47.
Yeah.
While I
Something
was
crazy.
gone.
Something crazy.
So yeah, but my junior year went away, came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang, I didn't know that
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah.
No, junior year, I had more confidence. Because I'm older, I'm maturing more.
Coaching change too.
Yeah, also the coaching
Yeah, we
change.
gotta talk
Richard,
about that.
they got rid of Richard.
Yeah.
I love Richard as a coach, by the way. One of the best coaches ever.
Tony Johnson.
Johnson comes up.
Oh, your JV coach at New York.
Yep. So then he just honestly, like our junior year, he just let us play.
That's what he kind of said. So he even said it. One of the things I cut off. He even said one of the things is that people always ask like, why let him shoot too many threes? He said, because we got a lot of shoots, and I'm gonna let him play. Like, and I love that, bro. And
I love it too.
Like I love that type of coach.
It was we had a couple plays, but we didn't really need them. Like, anybody can create their own shot for real. So we just played. We just played.
Yeah. That's what's up. So it looks like. So starting off, I think, how did y'all play Cambridge the first game of the year?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It was in the front,
and it was in the front page of the paper too.
That's first game of the year. Y'all play Cambridge, so they get y'all. I mean, they experience been together. Alex and Chris and those guys.
That game.
Oh man, I bet. Was that in Eastern or Cambridge? That first one. That was in Eastern. Yeah. So y'all.
That was the first game we got the new uniforms.
Oh, okay.
So we got
okay.
new uniforms.
We got. I don't know how we got new uniforms. All 3 years I had new uniform. I don't even know how that happened. Like that was like a first. Yeah.
Yeah, but we got the new uniforms. We're like, oh, we can't lose.
Yeah.
The fresh whites on.
Oh man, that's what's up.
They ended up beating us. Man.
That's what's up. But y'all ended up going on a nice streak. Obviously, I'm looking here at a 6-game streak where East continues to dominate. And that's actually, you know what? I'm going a little too far because your junior year, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that where you had an ankle injury, high ankle sprain?
Yeah.
It was against St. Michael's. You know what I'm saying? Talk a little bit about that because I had a high ankle sprain my senior year, which I ended up playing the next game, but then I had to sit because that's how bad it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so that game, I remember this like it was yesterday. So that game, right? We got St. Michael's shot the ball, they missed it. I got the rebound. I'm coming down and Bubbles, what's Bubbles' real name?
DeAndre? No. Bubbles, I play
from Saints. He got a brother named Ty Sampson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
That's it said it. It said it in here.
So I'm going and I try to dunk on him, 2-hand joint, 1 foot, boom. That joint popped out. So then they come back down. They shoot again. They miss. I got the rebound again. My ankle, like it just went.
Yeah, bro. I know.
It just went down, and I just collapsed.
Yeah, that's a pain there, boy.
My ankle swelled up like it was as big as a softball.
Yep.
So then I had to leave that game, go straight to the ER in Easton, and they put me in the air cast. I was in the air cast for about 2 weeks, and then I couldn't play for like another couple weeks. I missed a couple games. I missed like 5, 6 games.
Yeah, I think like 4 or 5 games. Because Tony Johnson did say like one thing, since they were winning, he was gonna bring you back slowly. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to rush you back because obviously he was looking at
it was to the point where my ankle, like it wasn't right since. Like after that, I couldn't jump off.
It take a while. Yeah. Oh, really?
I couldn't. Like I could, but I wasn't as comfortable.
I know what you mean, yo. That people don't understand, yo. That ankle sprain.
Yeah. So I became a 2-foot jumper, and then I had to play with that thick some thick cast on my ankle, and I couldn't really like do what I wanted to do. But other than that, I had to shed it, and then I just went commando. Without it.
Now your junior year though, if I'm not mistaken, y'all still beat Wild that year too though, 75-72. Wasn't that your junior year too? Then y'all beat them also your junior year
at home. Yeah,
at home, right? Yeah. Okay, I understand. No, tripping. Yeah, that was in January. Yeah, you hit 2 clutch free throws. Yeah, to beat them. So if I'm not mistaken, so that year that was your 18-4 year. That was your 18-4 year, right? So that's why I said like you right, talent wise, you know what I'm saying? Your sophomore year on paper, definitely, and I'm sure if LT kept playing, that was your best chance. But what y'all accomplished your junior year, despite you missing games, and talk about obviously you seen LT your sophomore year for half the year, but talk about even the adjustment, not the adjustment, but how his game increased, and also talk about the veteran guards, Boo, Marcus a little bit, because they also was
Mark and Boo, they became more mature. They started we always wanted Boo to shoot more.
Always did, bro.
We always wanted Boo.
And that's what you never had to say. Like, Boo, you should shoot the ball, bro.
I'm like, bro, you're like the best player out
there.
Yeah. Like, you should be averaging at least 26. So then, Boo would, once we tell Boo, like, yo, you got to start shooting, then he would start shooting, and then he would do what he did.
Yeah.
Marcus was more as the facilitator, team leader of the group. He had a year of football under his belt, jacked as hell. He was one of the reasons why I started lifting weights. But he was one of our leaders. Me, I just played my role, honestly, like scoring when I needed to, rebounding as usual was my number one. LT was just LT.
Yeah.
Like they were like, if he's hot, you just feed him.
Yeah.
If he's hot, you feed him. Or that was our whole mindset though. Like if anybody was hot, we would feed him the ball.
Yeah.
We would always feed him.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get a little bit more him your senior year, because of one of the games I came across, but Lump, man. Like the defense that he put on you. Like I know it was a game your sophomore year against Cambridge that I forgot to mention when y'all beat them. Richard put him in just to break the press. He said, I know we don't do this, but you just go enjoy.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Like here we are as a freaking sophomore. He's up here breaking the press in Cambridge.
In Cambridge, bro. In Cambridge.
One of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life, man. Lump don't get enough credit.
Yeah, he does it.
Lump's one of my favorite players ever.
Because he was another one, like he said, that for that team played his role, scored when he had to, but after school he ended up scoring more. So because of, you know what I'm saying?
Lump could score. We all know that Lump can score, but his main thing defense.
But we're locking right in there. Defense.
12 steals against Kent County, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Bro. Actually, I it was actually 13. I was trying to send it to him. I couldn't remember his name on Facebook. 13 steals, 22 points, bro. Man, he kept stealing the ball from out of bounds.
Yeah.
And look,
and I'm like, yo, y'all just giving him the ball.
I'm like, 16 points off of that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what are y'all doing? I read that. I'm like, hold on. Is this right? I had to keep looking at it like that. I'm like, what?
And it was like we had a team rift because Lump felt like he should have started over Marcus. So that y'all did have a little thing there. That was kind of a thing on the team, but it only lasted for like a couple of games or whatever. But Lump ended up, coming off the bench when he needed to and doing what he did. Because Lump likes to talk.
Yeah.
Lump loves to talk. Yeah. That's why I love Lump.
I like talking too. Yeah.
But his
there it is. Yeah.
That's crazy, yo.
13
and 22. That's unbelievable. Lump is a defensive guy.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not gonna lie.
So with that 18-4 year and beating Wild High, two of those losses came against North Carolina. John Dawson, AJ Moore, a lot of those guys. You talk about who else was on that team. Brent Beck. And I know they a lot of times they would try to put Brent on LT at Shamar. Chris Potter, he ended up making AJ 17 a year. Yeah.
LaMarcus.
One of the things though, so I want you to talk about the regular season matchups, and then we're going to pivot to the playoffs, because I always tell people it's hard to beat a team 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And they beat y'all both times in regular season.
They were just playoffs. Honestly, they just had John Dawson. Like they just, because we wasn't worried about nobody else, because
he just penetrating, getting in the lane?
The practices leading up to the game, they would do, like John likes to, sometimes he would drive to the lane, hit it off the glass, get his own rebound, and get his points that way. But he's also like, he can pass. This is one of his underrated things. He can pass. And at the time, he could shoot a little bit.
Because he's always been passed first.
But when he starts driving,
getting in that cup,
that's when it's just so hard to stop him. That's one. He's one of my favorite players to watch and that I played against. But it was just him that we just could not stop him. We couldn't stop him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I seen they got y'all both times, even though y'all record so good. So I guess my question is, what, if you can remember, what either game plan or what changed the playoffs? Because again, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. So I'm not surprised that y'all beat them. but y'all had to beat them
We
to
just
get to the regional finals.
Yeah, we just had the mindset like we're not gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna like they're not gonna beat us.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't.
Yeah.
We're gonna do whatever we had to do, but they are not gonna beat us. And like when we did beat them, you would have thought we won states
Mm-hmm.
because everybody rushed the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just pandemonium, and
I was one step away from the states. I mean,
we finally got them. We finally got them.
Yeah, so that was because that ended up being 59-53. Y'all beat them close game
because we was like we were just so bent on them not beating us. Like that's why it was a low scoring game.
Yeah. And I mean, I could tell it was a defensive game that y'all really, say, all right, we're gonna really defend it and really get after these guys. And that's definitely what y'all did. So y'all beat them, and then you got to go and now play High, who y'all have already beat, but obviously they're gonna be ready. And I think that they had home court only because of the coin flip. I think maybe, or well, they were 21-2, so maybe it wasn't.
I think it was just because they had the better, they had the best record overall in the South too.
Okay, yeah. So what was it like? Obviously y'all beat them before. I'm sure y'all confident, but what went wrong? I guess in that game, because it looks like they let off.
I remember that game because they had the 6'7" dude,
who you were still grabbing boards over.
Yeah, and I beat the shit twice.
Yeah, reblocked it twice. Yeah, that's what
Brian Miles. He was like 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
But he wasn't like he couldn't shoot though. He was just tall.
Mm-hmm.
So that game I was killing because I remember the first buckets came from me.
You had I'm gonna find this.
It was like a spin. I had like 2 spin moves.
Yeah.
And the crowd was going crazy, man. And I'm like, I was like, all right, this is the year that we're gonna beat them.
Yeah.
And they had AJ Spencer, who he always gave us fits, man.
Yeah, AJ was so that's Bubby little brother. He had 32 that game.
AJ was the goods, man.
Yeah, and they had Josh Bright too. 18 and 6.
They just had too much for us, honestly. But
Yeah.
we like honestly, I'm not mad at our effort because Boo had like
Boo was killing. I was at that game too. Boo had like 22. I was at that game too. Yeah, I was at that game.
Killing, man.
Yep.
I just remember Boo I just remember after we lost that game, how upset they were. Like they were crying like real tears.
Yeah.
And because they just realized like their season was over with and high school careers over with.
Yeah.
They're never gonna get that time back. But I've always made it. I'm like, you know what? If we play these motherfuckers,
it's on. Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah. So I remember that game.
Yeah. And then we ended up. I forgot how much we lost by.
Oh, to them?
Yeah.
It was 86-75.
Yeah.
So, but it was obviously a lot closer than that. Free throws and stuff at the end. But like you said, definitely valiant effort, man. Y'all in the season.
We also had Brandon Blake. My 11th grade year.
Oh, Big Brandon.
Big Brandon. Yeah.
Oh, big. And that's what I said, man. Y'all also had even Jerron.
Oh, if we had Jerron.
Oh my God. Like, that's what's crazy.
That's the biggest what if.
And you're right, because I'm talking about North Carolina. That's right. They had Terrence from y'all instead of, so that was crazy. But like you said, great season. Obviously, you know, losing a couple guys. But one of the things I like seeing about this, and I ran across it a couple times, and I'm glad that you got this account for me, because, like I said, after your sophomore year, you averaged 16. After your junior year, even though the games you missed, they still put you on the second team, even though even though you average less points, but your scoring average and your blocks, your rebounds, like they look at everything. And I respect that about coaches when they look at it, because sometimes all the coaches every year they don't always do that. So you still made second team, LT made first team. So now, you know, you guys are going into the summer, you know, getting ready for your senior year. You know, so I mean, I'm sure the thoughts is, you know, let's, you know, even though I know you're missing Boo, you're missing Marcus now. I mean, you and LT, you know, what's y'all mindset as a tandem? Because y'all was a great duo.
Yeah, we basically was like, look, it's our shit now.
Yeah,
They just gonna get behind us. They're just gonna do what we gotta do. But that summer, L had went away.
Yeah, that's when he went to Florida, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what he talked about on the podcast. Go check out season 3.
He came back and he was just dunking everything. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's what Tony Johnson was saying. He said he came back, had them jump soles and all that. So where he got?
Who are you? Like, not only are you gonna shoot people lights out,
right.
People too. Like,
yeah.
So I'm our senior year. I'm fresh coming off of football, and
Still got Lump back.
Still got Lump. BJ, Cullen,
yeah.
Terrence Thompson.
Yeah, Terrence. Yeah, Terrence is a good game for y'all too.
Cody Williams.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Eric Dixon.
Yeah. Eric had some good games for y'all.
We was deep our senior year.
Yeah.
Tyler Schmidt.
Yep, Tyler. Yep.
Chris Carroll. People probably don't forget about him. People forgot about him. Who else was on the team?
Y'all definitely, like I said,
we was deep.
Yeah, y'all was deep. Like I said, y'all had some deep teams, man, like all 3 years, which was crazy. So, and I see that this time was talking about Cambridge last time, but y'all beat Cambridge 73-43. Like,
it's kind of like a revenge thing. Like,
it was. Like
we seniors now. We're seniors now. Y'all gonna get fucked up by us. You're not taking it no more, man. But
I love it.
Yeah, senior year, we whipped Cambridge ass twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually the first game Cambridge. That was when I came back from vacation.
I gave it. Yo, that's the funniest thing ever. Yo, so you missed what? 6 games because of vacation, and then you missed a couple games because of your ankle.
Yeah.
So you probably got 1,000.
I probably would have got.
You'd have got 1,000. You'd have got 1,000 for that. Yeah. But it's all good. Your 1,000 story. I had some bad 1,000 stories too. We both was close. But so tell me about more work you put in there, because your scoring really increased.
I'm about to say it's just work.
What I'm saying? Yeah, it's just work. Yeah.
Just working on my game in practice, outside of practice. Because you know I got my own court. So I'm just putting shots up, doing anything, doing game situations and stuff like that. So it was just about the work.
Just about the work. Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's one thing LT was saying too. Like when he texted me earlier, he was saying like, he said the same thing. It's funny. I mean, that's why y'all best friend. He said the same thing. He said, man, I put the work in. He said that's what people sometimes forget. Like you put the work in, you get the results. Because I can always say, like, I didn't always put the work in as much as y'all guys. So that's why I always pass that on. I even tell my daughter, she just started, say, you gotta put the work in. Like, and so y'all gotta definitely put it in. So I could tell, just start off the year.
Like, it got to the point where I was missing homecomings and proms just because I just wanted to work. I just wanted to work, and I didn't mind missing the proms.
Yeah, you just wanted to work, right?
I just wanted to work.
Yeah, y'all did. I'm looking at y'all beat Cambridge here 80-51. Y'all did go in a Chris tournament that year. Y'all ended up being 4-1. Y'all lost both Christmas tournament games, but Chris tournament doesn't count. And I didn't know y'all played against Central Kurt Chandler. Kurt Chandler, he plays in the Never Switch Number 4 League. That's how I know him. And I looked at the thing. Kurt Chandler, he plays in the Never Switch League. He actually played with Skinner probably don't know. I know he's a little younger than Skinner, but he played on the Skinner team with the bad boys with Andre Collins, Skinner.
Okay.
All them. They played, Felix, you know what I'm saying? All them. Yeah, big Felix Weeks.
I just want to say, like, Christmas tournaments, like,
it's hard to get up for them joints, yo.
It is, but it's like we won my junior year. Yeah, we won down in Chrisfield. Yeah. That was crazy. That was scary.
Oh you told that on your joint.
Yeah, that was scary, man.
Y'all hear that? Please go listen to that.
But yeah, we won at Chrisfield, but our senior year we played up at the Civic Center.
Yeah, y'all played, and I never got to play there. Yeah, we played in Colonel, and we actually played good though. We went to see the championship, and lost, but that was without Cavity Dover. But yeah, I seen that y'all got to play at Civic Center, so that was dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So coming from the break, y'all still, basically just picking up from where you left off.
Coming back from the break, we got North Carolina off the rip.
Now, obviously, Dawson's still there. So, did they lose anybody significant from the year before? Or they still had pretty much?
They pretty much had everybody.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody.
That's why it was always such a can't miss game, because they beat us so many times before. But then it's like, okay, the team that we beat, they're still on the team from last year.
Got you. So y'all split that year.
Yeah. They got us. We beat them at home, and they beat us at Caroline.
At Caroline, and then they went on a streak, and they ended up winning the Bayside that year.
Yeah.
Okay, that year. Okay. Talk a little bit about. I'm just fast forwarding here through your senior year. Your last home game, 36 points, 11 rebounds. Had to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Senior night in Easton, man. Talk about, what that game. I already know your mindset, but let's talk about what you remember from that game.
Yeah, that game I was like, man, this might be the last home game of my senior year. Because we didn't know what the playoffs hold.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I just got to leave my mark. So I think I had like
17 in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Golly day, boy.
And it's like,
Wrong with
okay,
us like
and it's
that,
like if I had that mindset,
Yeah.
like
Oh my God. 50 easily.
50,
50
that's
easy.
just easy.
Yeah.
But my whole thing with high school ball is I played my role.
Yeah.
I never
that's
wanted
how
to
Yep.
shoot
Mhm.
a lot, you know, but
Yeah.
I could. People got mad at me because I didn't shoot enough. But it's like, yo, I got the best shooter ever. On my team. I don't need to do all that.
Right.
Like I don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that senior night game was fun, and it was. I think I got a couple dunks on that game.
Yeah, sure. You had a couple of dunks, period, and then that's why I was saying like that was your last senior night game. I talked about along with the 13 points, 13 steals, 22 points, and then the last game of the season. Ken Holland's senior night, LT goes on the road and drops 50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 105 to 64.
That game was
like,
personal.
That was crazy.
That game was very personal because our best friend, Dimitri.
Oh, yeah.
He transferred. Yeah.
So
we all grew up together. We've been together since we were like 6.
Yeah.
So his sophomore year, which was our junior year, he goes to Ken Island. Okay. So then
did he want to go? Or his family?
I think it was like a family thing.
Okay.
So he had to go, ended up going to Ken Island.
Because man, y'all had him.
So senior year.
He's a junior?
Yeah. So senior year, I don't know how it got started, but somebody was like, I think it was Brandon. Brandon, you call him Bean. He from Ken Island. He said something to LT. And I guess you don't. There's one thing you don't.
No. That's what they say. Let the sleep bear alone.
Me co-signed.
Oh.
So we was like,
God, it makes
serious. We was like,
he says that. Yeah.
I was like, all right, bet. So that's when
put that part right there on the.
L had 50. I caught the oop from half court.
You got
the
from long.
We went like
that. Y'all did.
Nobody else was doing half court lives except us.
And yo, I got a part right here before you go on. Real talk. Me and Mika were at the game a couple years ago. Actually, I think it was the girls' game, and it was a guy talking about the games. He said, "I remember when LT and Ron Brice, they was just catching lives back and forth. True story." And I said, yeah, that's my cousin. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He said, man, they was doing that years before anybody. That's what he said.
We was the only team
doing
it.
Yeah,
we was the only team doing it. And it's something like we didn't practice.
Yeah.
We were just in a game. Like I remember and when we played Ken Island, they had missed a free throw. And then we sprinted out. And then next thing you know, Lump is bringing the ball up. And he just gets to half court. And I just look at him.
Yeah.
And he just
yeah.
And now, boom, and Meat is on a poster. He always but if they go like this, you want that poster, bro. I always tell him that. He hates that.
Shout out Meat.
He hates that.
We had a good run at Anne Arundel County this year in the men's league, man. My guy was good playing with him this year, man. But yeah, man. So he had to 50 that game. It was a couple, and then it's funny because another game against Kent Island, LT had 31. You had 17 and had another dunk. You had 20 against Kent County. Like I said, I talked about the 36. Your senior night. So then y'all going into the playoffs. Do you remember who y'all played first?
Parkside.
Y'all played Parkside. So y'all dominate them.
I caught that one hand.
Good.
Funny story.
Oh yeah. Because the coach looked at Tony Johnson like, how did he catch that? Yeah. How did he catch it? I did read that.
It's funny because that whole week I tweaked my back doing something, so I didn't get to practice that much. But in the game, we got a steal. LT got a steal, and then next you know, I was on his left. No, I was on his right, and he just flicked it up, and it was so like if he would have went like this, like normal, like I would have caught it normally, but he flicked it up, and it went so high.
That's crazy.
I came down with one hand, I stopped it, and then I just.
You got that on tape?
Yeah, yeah.
I need to
it's
see
on
that.
the internet.
I need to see
it's on the internet.
I'm gonna go look at that. So, like I said, man, your senior year, you had another 18 against North Dorchester, against Queen Anne's. You had 26. L had 27. Terrace had 18. You know what I'm saying? So y'all definitely, man, like honestly did y'all thing. So like I said, you know, going back, beat Parkside in the playoffs. Then who's back? Waha again. Man, so what, again, what's it like then? Because y'all actually jumped out on them. I don't know if you remember, by 9 in that game.
So
and y'all really, you and LT brought it. Y'all swarm was like y'all
because
brought
we were so determined, like, yo,
Mhm.
we cannot lose no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot lose a Y High.
Yeah.
And I just remember going out for that game, and we was calm.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't like too amped up. We was calm. We was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we just couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get it done because it was me, L, and Monk. We was all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't enough.
Yeah. And they had, like I said, still, still had AJ Spencer, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they had Devon Gale.
My boy
he was
Mark
tough.
was on there.
Big Mark Mayers. Cortez. But you had 27 points, 5 assists. Another 18-4 year, but I mean, great career, man. I mean, you guys definitely didn't have nothing to hang your heads down about, with what y'all accomplished on those years. And y'all end up going, which I'm sure was a lot of fun, the All-Star game, man. LT, JD,
man.
I know y'all guys always want to play together. Yeah,
like, that was an AAU team.
I had Long was on there. Talk a little bit about that, man.
That was fun because we was like, because we always wanted to play with John.
Mm-hmm.
That was our thing. Me and L always wanted to play with John, and the practices was at Caroline.
And Merrill Morgan was coaching y'all. That's the story.
Like practices was just
good.
Like I compare that to like the '92 Dream Team.
Yeah.
I bet that was fun. That was a fun time. Yeah. And the game just came natural to us. Like we were just like we play like we've been playing with each other for years. Yeah. So I'm like, if that team was like an AAU team,
that's crazy.
Man, shit.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
That's dope. I seen that. Yeah, say I know. I think you and JD both had 19.
Mm-hmm.
I think L had 20
But the fun thing was the layup
line. That's always the fun thing, bro. Even I was doing the layup line with bad knee and all. I never
the layup lines was like something you needed to see in person. This was actually before good camera phones was around.
Yeah.
But my good friend Boo, I still got this video too. It's on Facebook somewhere. But that's when I rocked the cradle and
he got that joint on there.
Man, it's blurry, but you can still get the gist of it.
Yeah,
and that was just a fun time. The layup line you had to
the layup lines always the funnest thing to also. And I was got to play against Pooh Bear, Eddie Miller, those guys. Carl Cameron, so they would always do a bunch of stuff too. And then Gary, he could jump. So yeah, man. So another 18-4 year, another great season. And then, man, in your career, you got acknowledgement on the second team. They make first team. If I'm not mistaken, JD and LT shared the player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And you got first team, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks a game. And they even talk about on here about the alley hoop about 3 feet above the rim.
It was like I said, he just flicked it up.
And
I just went and got it.
Yeah. So I mean, 16, 8-2, man. That's tough right there, man. So I mean, how did that feel, man? Just being acknowledged, making the first team.
It felt good, man, because I was like, yo, I should have been this last year, but it is what it is. But to see my picture on the front page of the paper,
that's always dope. Yeah, that's dope.
That's nice.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Man,
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, man, look, man, we talked to Real Sports Fan Podcast here, man. We're here because what an episode. Man, we didn't have fun. We talked about baseball. We talked about football. Talked about basketball. Man, I'm gonna get them out here with talking a little bit about the finals, man. So, what was your thoughts on what happened? I know you said earlier you called it.
Called it.
Yeah,
I called it.
Yeah,
because Boston was up 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's like, oh, Golden State's too old. Golden State can't do this. I'm like, pump your brakes. Like, these are the Warriors. Like, they got the main 3 back, and you got Andrew Wiggins as the X factor. And I told a coworker of mine by the name of Chris Barnett.
my former teammate, my dog.
I stood next to him and I said,
another leaper.
Golden State is going to win tonight. They're going to go back to Golden State 2-2. They're going to win in Golden State. Then they're going to win Game 6 in Boston. And what happened?
It's just like that.
Everything happened.
It's like that. Yeah.
People just getting like through the spur of the moment thing, and like Like, chill.
Yeah, it was one of the things
levels,
with me is like I just didn't want to see the Warriors. I want to see Steph get a Finals MVP, so I'm happy about him.
I did
but
too.
I really didn't want to win another one just because, you know what I'm saying. But I just said to myself, if Boston they could have let Miami get there for all that. We could have won 2 games. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. Like if Tatum gonna look like that in the final game, 13 points. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what happened. I could say like Wiggins was just
Wiggins play ball, man. Wiggins play ball, and as a third option, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and I've always liked Andrew Wiggins' game though. It's just that he just wasn't in the right.
And people gotta forget, it wasn't like he was a bust. He was still averaging like 17 a game.
Yeah, it was just his surrounding parts. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, what does that say about the culture of Golden State, who can take Andrew Wiggins, bring him to a team like Golden State and have him shine?
The Wiggins, the Gary Paytons, Jordan Pooles of the world, you know,
and both of them. What does that say about the culture? Of Golden State,
and they don't mind spending the money. They're going to spend you for next year. Now, my question is, Steven, they said they can win next 2 out of 3. Can they win next year?
Yes.
Oh, you said that quick.
If they keep everybody, because I think
even as tough as what's going to be, Kawhi Leonard coming back. You don't care. Denver gonna be healthier. Memphis, because I'm sorry, bro. And look, I love you, but I'm sorry. And just my opinion, I don't take nothing away from
you. Think if Ja was healthy,
if Ja Morant was healthy, bro, they would have beat them boys, bro. They would have beat them boys. And I'm sorry, no disrespect to what
they would have went 7.
They didn't go through nobody in the West this year, though. That's only they didn't go through nobody. Everybody was hurt. I mean, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. You gotta play who in front of them. They said the same thing about the Heat. We ain't go, against nobody.
My thing is this.
But they
if they would have went, they would have went.
Yeah, right. You're right.
So it's like I don't like playing the
what if game.
I
feel they won it.
It's fun to talk about,
but next year you definitely saying they can win it.
Yes,
even with the tougher what's gonna be.
I don't care.
Who your team? You're like a fan. You're a LeBron fan.
I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm a Bulls fan at heart because of Jordan.
Let's talk about them then next year, and so. Darvin Ham, the coach now. Darvin Ham, the coach.
Yeah, I like that.
I like this. The staff he's put. He brought Chris Jenner on, who a lot of people don't know that he helped LeBron in Cleveland. Rasheed Wallace. He kept Phil Handy. You know what I'm saying?
The big thing is, what is Kyrie gonna do?
Because I'm hearing, bro. I just seen an article 2 hours ago that said that it's looking more and more now like he'll turn that offer down and go sign a mid-level in LA. If he goes and do that, that would be crazy, bro.
My thing is
because I'm thinking he would have to get traded. I didn't know all about the mid-level and stuff.
Is he going to be available though? That's everybody's big question.
All right, so let's say Kyrie's not there. Let's just say it's Russ back, AD, LeBron. None picked up his option. He didn't play at all last year. You'll have THT. You don't think it can work? No. Okay. It's all Russ or is it AD?
Both. Okay. AD can't stay healthy. Russ is not Russ right now. I don't know why he's not.
You don't think Darvin Ham can help that?
I think he can. Just basically,
they'll make the playoffs next year.
Just seeing his press conference, it gave me confidence. Like, okay, maybe he can instill some.
Play before, get up in him a little bit. Yeah.
But if AD can stay healthy, and Russ can play like Russ, or if he changes his mindset,
he got to play a little. He got to cut more and do like some of the stuff.
If he can make some sacrifice, then who knows? I got them in the playoffs though, but they're not going to win. They're not going to.
Yeah, but playoffs. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. What's going to be tough, man?
I just feel like LeBron, he can't carry.
He shouldn't have to be at 37, year 38. He should be number 2 out there right now.
This is not like his last year in Cleveland where he carried it. He just can't.
I'll say this: as much as Russ, and I see the Pacers turned that offer down for Brogdon, and I've heard a Hornets rumor with Terry, Terry and Hayward. But even though I said, to me, the key is AD. Like even as bad as the Russ situation is, AD, if he stay healthy and he's there, they can be good. Like, I'm not saying they can be championship, but they can make the playoffs. I mean, come on. Like AD's got to get his stuff together.
I like AD matching up with anybody.
And Kendrick Nunn's gonna help too, because you can sit Russ down at times. Like, I don't know. I told somebody, I said I ain't never heard of a bone bruise lasting a whole year. Like, what in the world? Like, come on, I had that. I had slaughter on my name. Like, what in the world? And I toughed it out. Like, come on, Kendrick, you came from Miami, baby. What's going on with that, man? But yeah, man. But man, this was dope, man. It's funny too. Before we got you mentioned my former teammate Chris Barnett, and it's probably before your time, but my boy used to get up. My boy used to get up and dunk some stuff. Oh yeah, he had a couple dunks in varsity. Talk to him when you go to work. Oh yeah, he had a couple dunks in varsity. He had the first dunk of the game. My junior year. his senior first game of the season against St. Michael's came through there. Boom! Oh yeah, and Chris got up. Chris could jump, yo. Chris could jump. For a while, he was the only one that could. Yeah, so yeah, shout out my boy Barnett. You know what I'm saying? Barnett be talking crazy on there about LeBron too, though. I love you though. I love you though, yo. But man, look, this is a pleasure, man. Real Sports Fan Podcast, man. Anything else you want to say, man, before we get up off here?
Oh, we explained everything. I'm one of the goats.
Yeah. You heard it.
My name,
you heard it, man. Put some respect on his name. He back, you know what I mean? A 2-year hiatus, you know what I mean? He back on the Real Sports Fan Podcast, man. So, man, I appreciate you coming through, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all watching. Tune in. Let your people know. Real Sports Fan Podcast, Season 5. We out of here. Peace.